The time is 5 o'clock on this Monday evening, July 31st, 2017. It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Monday evening, July 31st, 2017. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 5 o'clock, and our top story in the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Monday is Japanese government to remove the White House Communications Director. White House sanctions Venezuelan President Maduro after farce election. Former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arapio guilty of criminal contempt of court. Tropical storm Emily makes landfall in Florida. Kelly called coming to expressing how Trump ended his firing, according to a report. Pence takes tough tone on Russia after Moscow retaliates against sanctions legislation. Russia says new U.S. sanctions force it to respond. The Gulf crashes had told fruit cartoons. Power outages been in jolted temperatures in Outer Banks in North Carolina. Search team recovers the body of a 19-year-old who went missing while swimming at Long Island Beach. Poland is right around minutes on Monday said the country will continue logging trees from ever by a Western forced to start the EU court order. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is talking about public criticism following the launch of North Korea's latest missile. Speaking of Estonia on Monday, Vice President Mike Pence reinforced the United States committed to NATO against aggression. North Korea accused the United States of preparing for a nuclear war after two B-1B launchers flew over to South Korea on Sunday. Los Angeles reached agreement with the International Olympic Committee Monday to host the 2020 Summer Olympics instead of those in 2024. The Transportation Security Administration said Monday that it's on a record pace this summer for the number of passenger screenings at U.S. airports. Lemus drops out of Edinburgh mayor's race. Discovery aims for a content clock with Scripps network bid. Tesla factory workers pushing for a union just sent a list of demands to the company's board. South County utilities halt to work on the new nuclear reactors, dimming the prospect for nuclear energy revival. Wall Street is living over the Wells Fargo's latest scandal. Here we go again. Look at that stock today, up 6.81 points at 28.891.12. SP 5 dropped 180 at 2470.30, and Nasdaq down 26.55 points at 6348.12. So eclipse is coming in after warm 2 degrees Celsius by the end of the century, study said. Mom wants others after 1-year-old test positive with herpes virus. And scientists said she goes to the Lucid Lab test for chronic fatigue syndrome. Peter Channel News time is 5:03 on this Monday evening. It's time now for a New England Insulators report. Major delays on 495 at 24 southbound. Avoid area possible going to be major delays for a while. Rep to 24 southbound is closed. And for Mass State Police and Twitter, Mass State Police roll crash involved a car and truck trailer unit 495 southbound at 24 and rate right 2 lanes and rep to 24 southbound is closed. We'll have more of that in traffic coming up in a few minutes. Peter Channel News time is 5:03 on this Sunday. Peter Channel News time 5:04 on this Monday, and it's time now for a sports report. Plus, the Red Sox will be taking on the Cleveland Indians. Game time 7:10 p.m. at Fenway Park. Sonny Gray headed the New York Yankees to the Braves to the Dodgers. Combined by set 2024 games in Paris. And the data is apologized for replacing female referee who gave LeVar Ball a technical. Peter Channel News time is 5:04 on this Monday evening. It's time now for a traffic and transit report. Let's study off the in-between weather. Bristol Line train 5:23:58 p.m. from Worcester's up at 5 minutes behind to get between Framingham Station and Substation. Worcester train 517, 3:30 p.m. from substation stop in 5 minutes. Beyond get between Wolsey Square Station and Worcester Station. Havel train 220-445 inbound is operated 15:25 minutes late between Havel and North Station. And the ferries, they are looking good. And on the subway system, Orange Main Bridge Mandalay is new northbound service from Wellington to a speed restriction. And on the ferries, they are looking good. All right, the latest on the incident on 24-495 rain. Yep, 495 southbound. It's backed up from 123 to Norton all the way down to Route 44 in Middleburg. 24 southbound is closed from 495 south in Raynham. So if you're going to take 24 south from 495 south, expect to take 138 south to Raynham and then 44 east to 44 east to 24 south in Raynham. And 24 southbound's backed up between 495 and 44 on the Raynham stretch. 95 on the southbound side, it's backed up on 495 out in Mansfield, and 95 on the southbound side, back between 120 and 99 Route 27 and Sharon and Route 3 on the southbound side. It's sold between the split all the way out to 18 in Weymouth and 3 on the southbound side. It's sold for the Plymouth stretch, 44 westbound side, sold before 105 in Middleburg, 6 on the westbound side. It's sold between Harch and Dennis. And 95 on the southbound side. It's sold between Protected and downtown Providence, and 95 on the northbound side. It's sold between Warwick and Providence and Route 95 on the southbound side. It's sold between Warwick and East Greenwich. Route 1 is 4 on the southbound side. Low sold between Warwick and East Greenwich stretch. 120 on the southbound side, sold between 20 and Waltham and 9 on the Braintree split. 120 on the northbound side, sold between Braintree split. All the way on 95 and Canton and 7 Expressway on the southbound side. It's sold between Dorchester and Braintree, 93 on the northbound side. Also before Mass Pike in Boston, and then 93 on the northbound side. It's slow between Boston and Reading. Mass Pike westbound side, slow between Logan Airport, Boston, and down to South Boston, and then Mass Pike westbound side, also between Natick and Framingham. 120 on the northbound side. It's slow between Whitsun and Lexington all the way up to Route 1 in Linfield. 120 on the southbound side. It's slow between Danvers and all the way up to around Route 28 in Reading. 300 on the northbound side. It's sold between 128 and Burlington all the way up to the Billerica. 485 on the southbound side. It's sold between Lawrence and all the way up to the Lowell. 485 on the northbound side. It's sold between Lawrence and Haverhill. 495 on the southbound side. It's sold between Route 9 and Westboro all the way up to Auckland. 485 on the northbound side. It's sold between Marlborough and Addison. 290 westbound side. It's sold between 190 and 9 at Worcester. At 91 on the southbound side. It's sold around Springfield, Massachusetts. 91 on both ends is back between 291 and Auburn all the way at the Route 2 in Wethersfield. 84 on the westbound all the way at the Route 2 in Glastonbury, Connecticut. Mass 84 westbound side also between Harvard and New Britain and then Nipissing on the Waterbury stretch. Merritt Parkway eastbound side so between Norwalk down to Bridgeport. Merritt Parkway westbound side so between Hammond and New Haven. 95 on the southbound side also Guildford and Old Saybrook and London stretches. And 95 on the northbound side, it's slow between Stamford and all the way up to Fairfield, and 95 on the southbound side, so between Stamford and Greenwich. And up north of New England, Vermont, North Carolina, was all looking good. And 495, it's slow between 3 and Lowell and all the way up to Haverhill. Peter Jonas Bears. 508 on this Thursday evening, and it is time now for a weather report. And it turned out to be a gorgeous afternoon. Outdoor activities were good to go as it turned out to be a beautiful Monday to start off the work week. Currently at 5 o'clock in Dalton at 82 degrees with a temperature humidity 45%, 2.68 and a barometer 30 even. Okay, look at that search map around the country. Nope, look at that current conditions. It's 79 in Boston, 81 in Billy and Gloucester. It's 86 in Bedford, at 88 in Pittsburgh, 81 in Worcester, 78 in Providence, 82 in Taunton, 84 in Norwood, 79 in New Bedford, 80 in Plymouth, 77 in Falmouth and Chatham and Providence Sound, 72 in Nantucket, 73 out of Martha's Vineyard, 73 in Wesley and Block On, 79 in Block On, 79 Montauk, 82 in Elizabeth, 85 in New York City, 83 Bridgeport and New Haven, 86 in Denver, 82 in Waterbury, 88 in Meriden, 87 in Hartford and Windsor Locks, 85 in Springfield, 86 in Greenfield, Mass, 82 in North Adams and Pittsfield, 84 in Albany and Silver Springs, 81 in Maryland, Vermont, 84 in Bennington, Vermont, 87 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 85 in Keenan, Drive, New Hampshire, 86 in the Nashua and Manchester, 89 in Concord, New Hampshire, 86 degrees up in Laconia, New Hampshire, and it's 79 out in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Portland, Maine, and 86 degrees in Rochester, New Hampshire. Okay, look at that search map around the country that shows high pressure around the Chicago area and the Intermountain region and cold front from Montana, stretching up to around southern Manitoba, Ridge with a stationary front from Manitoba down to northern Ontario, and merging cold front from northern Ontario up to the Northern Quebec, and a stationary front from Texas and stretching down for the Gulf of Mexico down for Florida, and up the Atlantic coast, and a further from southern Nevada down for the Gulf of California, and a further down for California. And low pressure right in Arizona, San Francisco Bay, off the Florida coast, and off the Georgia and Guyana coast. And a further down from Maine, down to New England. It's 87 degrees in Detroit, 85 in Chicago, 80 in Pittsburgh, 91 in Washington, D.C., 86 in Atlanta, Georgia, 78 in Miami, 94 in Brownsville, Texas, 91 in Dallas, Texas, 73 in Kansas City, 82 in Omaha, Nebraska, 84 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 85 in Great Falls, Montana. It is 79 in Seattle, 68 in San Francisco, 72 in Los Angeles, it's 101 in Las Vegas, and Phoenix, Arizona, 85 out in Albuquerque, West Coast, 84 in Denver, and 94 degrees in Salt Lake City, Utah. Alright. Looking at radar, and it shows a spotty rain shock west of Holyoke, Massachusetts, and northwest of Bernardston, Massachusetts, and raining and heavy band rain showers around West Sterling, Socrates in New York State, and up north, popcorn clusters of showers and storms searching line from central Vermont, central to north central New Hampshire, and up to north central and northern portions of Maine, and western portions of New Brunswick, and southern Quebec, and northeastern portions of Ontario, down around west central New York, south of Rochester, all the way to Indian, Pennsylvania. And seeing a line of rain, showers, and storms stretching from the western Virginia Appalachians. And popcorn clusters of showers and storms from California stretching down for Texas and west central Missouri, and raining stretching all the way down with western South Dakota, and rain showers from west central portions of Ontario down for southern portions of Manitoba. And popcorn clusters of showers and storms around east central Louisiana and southern Texas and off the southeastern Texas Gulf Coast. Okay, looking at Florida now to the radar with the latest on Emily. The rain stretching the line from western Cuba, including Havana, stretching down around southern Florida, including the Miami area, and popcorn clusters of showers and storms stretching line from central Florida, stretching off the Florida coast, and showers and storms off the Georgia and South Carolina coast. And look at that Miami radar, and it shows line of rain showers stretching from North Miami up 95, stretching on Lighthouse Point, and raining from Hialeah down to Coral Gables and Kendall in Florida. And this is a heavy band of rain showers off the Miami area, and raining just around West Palm Beach, around Palm Gardens, and heavy band of showers and storms west of Vero Beach and Lakewood Park and Fort Pierce, and showers and storms off Almonte Stream to such to Edgewater, and raining south of Fort Meade in Florida. And the latest 5 o'clock report on Emily. It is now a tropical depression with 35-mile-per-hour winds and settled location 27.8 and north, a 1.7 in the west, east northeast at 12 miles an hour. And Emily weakens to a depression over central Florida, and heavy rain still possible across southeastern Florida. The tropical wind warning has been discontinued from the remainder of Florida's west coast at 5 p.m. The center of tropical depression Emily is located in latitude 27.8 to the north, longitude 1.7 to the west. Emily is moving toward the east northeast near 12 miles an hour, with its general motion is expected to continue this afternoon and early evening as a turn toward the northeast with an increase in forward speed is expected by tonight and Tuesday on forecast track. The center of Emily will continue to move forward inland over the east central Florida peninsula this evening and move offshore to the east central Florida coast Tuesday morning, and maximum same winds have increased to near 35 miles an hour with Higher gusts 7-digit weakness possible while Emily moves across the center for the peninsula and the soul stream is forecasted for Emily emerges over the warm Atlantic Ocean on Tuesday. Estimated central pressure based on nearby surface observations 1,007 million miles of 29.74 inches and Emily is expected to produce inertial rainfall of 1 to 2 inches across southeast Florida with isolated storm tornado amounts up to 8 inches possible. And we got another tropical system, but it disappeared. Alright. What I'm thinking, it was a marvelous Monday today and back to typical summer-like weather to start August with. Humidity's going to be slowly rising to the uncomfortable levels throughout the week. And if you're going to Fenway Park to see the Red Sox take on the Indians, an old friend, Tito Francona, Terry Francona and the Indians, delightful, sunny, delightful, and 78 degrees. Alright. Looking at forecast discussion. Nothing hazardous going on. High pressure moving east of the region will result in warm and humid weather for the second half of the week as trailing driven second showers and thunderstorms are possible Wednesday, Friday, mainly inland for the southeast New England coast. Perhaps a better chance for more organized precipitation sometime Saturday as a cold front across the region. A bit cooler, less humid weather will be forecast Sunday and Monday. And moderate shock activity this has merged over the high country of the northeastern New England corners. I'm used to analysts of our region. There is still a fair amount of dry air in place, especially southeastern associated with a weak regional high pressure immediately offshore, qualification of low K into the statistics as the trend with a late HRR any shower thunderstorm activity moving towards our region with the mean winds should dissipate prior to the arrival. Scattered cloud decks that erode with a dissipation of a daytime heating and antibiotic for along the ridges of high terrain along the mid to high decks associated with upstream convection should remain cooled down from the highs to the around the low to mid 80s. Tank another cool down on top with a low humidity besides some scattered mid to upper level cloud decks associated with a remnants of convection which should happen to our current across a high terrain northwest that should be otherwise mostly clear in addition to light winds. Evaluate the dew point during the maximum heating of the day. Will somehow cooling get at radiation cooling should allow for lows to get down in the upper 50s and low 60s and would expect shallow ground fog to develop again. That more typically prone location of low lying valley adjacent to the bodies of water at greater risks. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, most of the coast about 60 degrees calm wind. For Tuesday, most of the nights go at 86 degrees calm wind coming. Saffron 5 miles in the afternoon for tonight. Punch about 2 a.m. or the coast calls about 60 degrees and south about 3 to 6 miles an hour. For Wednesday, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 9 a.m. Punch about before 9 a.m. Partly south hot about 86 degrees. Calm wind coming. Saffron 6 miles in the afternoon. Chance patient 20%. Wednesday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 10 p.m. Partly fog after 2 a.m. Most of the coast calls about 65 degrees. South about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Chance patient 20%. There's slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 9 a.m. Partly sunny podcast about 85 about 66 degrees. But Friday, partly sunny to most costs about 85 about 68 degrees. For Saturday, chance of showers and thunderstorms possible at noon. Mostly costs about 81 about 62 degrees. Just patient 50%. Sunday, most sunny, most costs about 80 about 60 degrees. And for Monday, most of the stars have about 81 degrees. And currently in Peter's weather phrase of the day. Rising humidity tomorrow. And that's going to be it for the Peter Jones 5 o'clock news and it's July 31st, 2017 on a Monday evening. I'm Peter J with you. Have a good evening and I'll see you at 11 o'clock for a Peter Jones South News Report. Hope you have a good evening and goodbye later.